This is WCCB News Edge with Morgan Fogarty on Charlotte's CW.
FanDuel and DraftKings shut down in New York. Should daily fantasy sports be illegal? Plus, more people calling out Greg Hardy, this time a Republican lawmaker from Texas. And this politician isn't pulling any punches.
I mean, look at this cup. You might as well call it a Satan sipper.
And a hot holiday topic that is stirring up scandal across the country, Starbucks waging war on Christmas. A Satan sipper.
That's
it's
nice.
The story that's been blowing up your news feed. Starbucks slammed for hating Jesus, all because they changed their holiday coffee cups to just plain red. How dare they? The cups used to feature these seasonal favorites like snowflakes, snowmen, reindeer, etc. But this year, Starbucks wanted to create a blank canvas for customers to create their own doodles and designs. And that change stirred up a national debate at the hands of that man. That former pastor posted a video to Facebook accusing the coffee giant of being anti-Christmas. Since then, complete and utter chaos. Even Donald Trump is weighing in on the cup controversy.
Maybe we should boycott Starbucks. I don't know. Seriously. I don't care. Lots of big things, lots of little things. You can call this anything you want. But if I become president, we're all going to be saying Merry Christmas again. That I can tell you. That I can tell you.
Unless you're Jewish or anything that doesn't anybody who doesn't celebrate Christmas. What do you think? Is Starbucks waging war on Christmas? Let's take it to the agitators. Matt Harris from the Matt and Ramona Show on 107.9 The Link.
On Starbucks.
Comedian Satan Sipper. Comedian QCV is back. And hopefully his voice is healed from WFNZ Sports Radio.
Hopefully not, actually.
And defense attorney and former Union County District Attorney, the distinguished John Snyder. Thank you. Matt,
Yes.
Is Starbucks waging war on Christmas?
Yes. No. They sell Christmas coffee, whatever it's called, Christmas blend.
Christmas blend,
Christmas blend. They sell Christmas coupon or Christmas gift cards.
Yes, that say Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas
right.
on them. So no, they just didn't feel like putting something. And even
They also sell an advent calendar of Starbucks, I guess, chocolate or whatever.
Right. And red seems like a pretty Christian color. And they, the snowman and the snowflakes, none of that stuff said Jesus. Wasn't a lot of snow when Jesus, where he was born. So that had nothing to do with it. So it's just insanity. And the guy who is the video guy also describes himself, what is the word? A social media personality.
Yeah. Q. So when I went to get my Starbucks today, I asked the barista, whose name I believe is Jensen, at the Starbucks inside the Harris Theater over off the plaza. I said, "Are you actually getting complaints?" And she said, "Yes. Some people are coming up to me and saying, why does Starbucks hate Jesus?"
Wow. She should sign her on the counter. Should be some holy water. And I rebuke you. I rebuke you. That's what she should. It's first of all, the color red doesn't. Unless it's a red in L.A. Compton, with the Bloods and Crips, and they have a Starbucks.
Hey, we have the Bloods here in Charlotte too.
Okay, I'm just look. Jesus' sandals was red. If you look at the Last Supper photo and look under the table, he had on red sandals. So therefore, there's nothing wrong with it. And Christmas is green and red. That's the colors that go together with Christmas, folks.
But okay, so John, I mean, if you are a devout Christian, are you going to Starbucks for a religious experience, or are you going to get a latte?
No, I think overall what people feel like is that the idea of Christmas and Christianity is under attack right now, where people can't express. You can't say, if you say Merry Christmas to somebody, people are like, well, I got to say Happy Holidays back to you. And
but
it's
that
like,
actually has never happened to me. I have never said Merry Christmas to somebody and then say, I can't say that.
Go to Target on Black Friday, your favorite shopping day.
I don't shop on Black Friday because I like to be with my family over the holidays.
But if you go shopping and you say Merry Christmas, they'll look at you like just dead-eyed, like,
you can't,
I'm not allowed. No, they will. They'll be like, I'm not allowed.
So
and you can't
crazy.
What? Do it. We'll go.
You can't write Xmas because they say you're crossing out Christ.
No, but the X back in the day stood for Christ.
Yeah.
It stands for
the bigger issue is this. You have to listen to people. You can't have an opinion that's different than whoever's promoting an agenda or your marginalized.
This is promoting an agenda?
No, I'm just saying, for instance, in general.
Okay.
So we can't ask, you know, the guy out in California, well, what was religion a motivation in the killing? Well, we can't say that. Oh, but we can definitely say, you know, no Christmas trees here. You can't have a cross here. I mean,
but
Christianity.
we do ask if religion was the motivation in killings all the time.
Right, but it never gets reported. It's like a later thing. I think the bigger issue is Christians feel that overall culturally they're under attack, and so while a red cup doesn't make or break a religion or whether what Jesus taught was valid, I think overall there is probably fatigue, emotional fatigue over the constant of.
Okay, but let me ask you this. Before, this cup was not covered in a cross. It didn't have any religious phrasing on it. What was religious about a snowflake?
Nothing. I mean, Christmas has been secularized for a long time. You can't have a nativity scene anywhere.
It's a consumer event at this point.
Well, in your yard.
Right, limited.
Right or wrong, and I'm not saying that as it's a good thing. I'm just saying it has become a consumer event.
Right, and so a devout Christian would say that's a bad thing,
right,
because it's not about that.
As they should.
And devout Christians still using a Christmas tree, which is pagan, picking December 25th, and putting presents and all that. That's not.
Well, you have a Christmas on. You can attach meaning and symbolism to anything you want. So you can say, right, and I agree.
Fact.
No, well, it's not.
Well, I mean,
like, so a candy cane can either be a candy cane, or it's got symbolism of red and white, and it's a shepherd's crook. I mean, so
you can break it down so many ways. All I know is when I go to Starbucks and order my pumpkin spice, I don't give a damn if the cup is red or clay aching pink. I want my pumpkin spice in there. Simple as that.
Okay. Okay, so really quickly, we got to wrap this up. Is Starbucks waging war against Christmas?
I would say they're not. I don't agree with John that there's an overall national attack on Christmas either. If you want to take it to the bigger picture.
Of course not. That's stupid.
John?
If your Christianity is reduced to a cup of coffee, work on it. But overall, I think people are allowed to feel upset about it.
Of course they are. This is America, land of the offended.
No, people should feel like me all the time.
Well, wow. You're wrong, because they should feel like me.
Students on the University of Missouri's campus are celebrating what they call a small but important victory. The university's president and school's chancellor both resigned Monday. That followed a weeks-long protest movement over how school leaders are dealing and have dealt with racism and anti-Semitism on the Columbia campus. The resignations came shortly after several football players, and with their coaches' support, said they would not practice or play again until one protester ended a hunger strike. Mizzou's student body president says the experience shows that student voices actually matter.
The University of Missouri is by no means a bad school. What we're seeing right here is that students are empowered to speak up about what is happening here, and it's empowering other students around the nation to speak up about what is happening on their campuses as well.
Very interesting. This story has a lot of different sort of threads that are part of it. What are we thinking about all of this? What do you think as a panel? Do you think that this is an important victory? Do you think that this is, I was watching some Fox News earlier today, and some of the critics there said that we are teaching our kids to be offended by things that they need to just sort of deal with and move on, but we're teaching them that you're going to get an immediate reaction, and you're going to get people fired, and people are going to step down.
There's one of the law schools in New York after Sandy Hook, like, allowed kids not to take their law school exam because they were distraught, which is just stupid. Like, life requires you to move on. Colleges are usually a place where people can speak freely, and you have very divergent views, and it's encouraged, and you want to see that. But at the same time, shutting down a university, you know, there are people there that are on scholarship. There are people there whose parents have worked, you know, thousands of hours to get their son or daughter to college, and then some moron decides, well, we're going to block classes for the day.
What about also, we're talking a lot about the interesting issue with one of the professors who was recruiting media attention, soliciting media attention, and then when the media showed up, was trying to shut it, in particular, the student reporters, was trying to disperse that and end that.
She was a journalism professor. I mean,
a media professor, yes.
Made it even extra
an important.
Well, we only want you to cover what we want you to cover, and the second that you want to look at any other angle, then you got to get off our campus.
Well, look, there's nothing wrong with what they did. Once I heard about it, I was like, nah, they shouldn't be doing that. But once you read in detail how Tim Wolf, who's the guy who stepped down, and a chancellor, Mr. Lofty, who's going to step down as well, what they looked over and all the racial situations they didn't pay attention to, and they just put to the side. It needed to have this type of outrage for them to lose their jobs. Because what they looked over, if you read the report, go to ESPN.com or MSNBC.com or WCCB, Charlotte.com. There we go. You will read in detail.
Where are you, Q?
You read in detail what happened. Why would you say that? It messed me up in front of me talking.
You did a great job promoting every other station.
Wow.
The only thing that is kind of, I think it's a little blurry as to what it was about. I don't think it's
Fox Sports.
But I do think that there's two sides of the one thing with the football team. One is you're glad that kids have a social conscience.
Right.
The other side is how powerful is college football?
Yes.
That as soon as they even threaten to do it,
oh my gosh,
let's do something about it. Yeah, so there's two sides you wonder about that.
Yeah.
One, I like them to be socially conscious. The other thing is to have that much power because their college football team is also kind of...
Well, the football team's going to lose $1 million if the players didn't play. But this wouldn't happen in a big school like Alabama because they got enough great players there.
A big school too.
Yeah, but Alabama would be like, you know what? We'll get some more guys to replace you guys. So you guys don't want to protest? Go on back to your dorm room.
Crazy.
All right.
You have to be a great football team.
Move over Starbucks. There's already a new debate brewing online. One mom is considering going Grinch this Christmas to teach her daughter a lesson.
You're as cuddly as a cactus, you're as charming as an eel, Mr. Grinch. You're a bad banana with a greasy...
Can't win. Time to wind it up with Edge on the Clock. Parents are outraged after being served so-called fat letters from their kids' teachers. The letters are designed to warn parents about overweight kids, but health experts say they're a bad idea and they should be scrapped from schools ASAP.
Yeah, that's a little ridiculous. A lot more to worry about what your parents are doing to their kids.
This is happening in England, by the way.
It did happen here, though.
It has happened here, but this particular instance has happened. Is happening overseas.
It has happened in places here. BMI is a bad example. You get a football player that BMI is high, but not necessarily fat. But it's just silly. Everybody knows they're fat, and the parents of the fat kids know they're fat, and they obviously don't care they're fat. So why are we sending them a letter and they're saying, "Hey, your kid's fat"? No, duh, my kid's fat. I see him every day.
From drinking Starbucks.
I mean, to that point, you know,
Satan cups.
parents need to parent. I mean, you're right. If your kid goes to school and they're overweight, or if they have a disciplinary issue or whatever, the teachers can only do so much.
They can only do so much. There's no need to point it out that they're unhealthy.
Okay.
Right. Here's another hot topic holiday for you. A mom in Australia is taking heat tonight after threatening to cancel Christmas for her 10-year-old daughter who stole money to buy candy. The mom took to social media asking fellow parents if the punishment matched the crime. The response, outrage, I tell you, outrage.
Outrage. So one of the things that she thought about doing, but then she decided against, was to withhold her kid out of the sports teams that she plays for, saying, well, that's going to punish all the other kids.
Right.
I don't know. You know what? I think that would actually be a good way to go. I mean, that's life.
No, I do understand that you're a team. You don't want to mess up the team. And taking away Christmas presents.
But that's a big lesson to learn. If you get grounded and you stay home and you can't go participate and your friends are like, dude, seriously, why would you have done that? That's a big lesson that you've learned.
But sports is important. Christmas is not. I'm just kidding. Just another Jesus attack. I'm just joking around.
Christmas hater.
I got that for Snyder.
He's just kidding.
I am kidding. I'm very kidding.
Good luck.
He is kidding.
Good luck, my friend.
Merry Christmas.
I love Christmas. Jesus.
All bets are off.
Football.
Anything else? All bets are off in the
wife.
Big Apple. Why New York is shutting down 2 famous fantasy sports sites. Next. New tonight, all bets are off in the Big Apple tonight. New York's Attorney General sent a cease and desist letter to FanDuel and DraftKings today, saying the sites are engaging in illegal gambling under state law. Still, both companies are slamming the decision, insisting their games are legal. And a Republican lawmaker in Texas says he wants to review the NFL's policy on domestic violence after photos were released showing Greg Hardy's 2014 assault case, the results of it rather. Representative Richard Burgess says he wants the NFL and the Players Association to explain to him how it is acceptable for Hardy to still be playing in the league. And of course, we've talked a lot about the CBA and the NFL and the courts, and
Just stay out of it, dude.
Well, I applaud him for getting involved, because the more people who keep piling on, the more something's going to happen. And what could have happened here here is, yes, he remains employed by the league, but nobody had to sign him.
Yeah, but they did. This congressman this guy just wants the spotlight on this congressman, and he has no business being involved in that enterprise.
He lives in Texas.
It's a state house guy, and he doesn't have any. Like, that's just his opinion, and now we're talking about it.
But it's over.
Greg Hardy got signed for some reason. Tim Tebow should have been and wasn't.
Jerry Jones says he signs people who can play football well. And the side note there, the unspoken part is, and I don't care what they do on the side.
And Tim doesn't drink Starbucks.
Go ahead, sorry.
I mean, look, that's like showing photos of them dogs what Michael Vick did, and he's still playing. That's 2 years ago. If the girl would have showed up and told us out a story, maybe it would have went differently, and Greg Hardy wouldn't be in the NFL.
You are on the wrong side of this.
Yeah.
You are on the wrong side of this.
What does the photos do right now?
They show that he beat her up.
The photos are the visual.
But Jerry Jones is going to give him a contract extension, and he don't care about the photos.
Right, and everybody's mad at Jerry Jones, too.
Well, he's not going to change. He's a billionaire. You can't tell a billionaire what to do. I don't think Greg Hardy should be in the NFL.
No, I agree with you. What's going to happen and what it's going to take is the players saying enough is enough. We got to go. We'll be right back.
Wait a minute. I'm not done.
We have to go.
Another beauty on Wednesday.
Thank you, Greg. Thank you, Matt. Thank you, Hugh.
Merry
Thank you, John.
Christmas.
Thank you
Merry
for
Christmas.
watching. Have a great night.
Happy holidays.